code 2203, Longing for Love. If I can just help somebody as I go along, then my living will not be in vain. No, my living will not be in vain. Growing up, Mama was very active in church, and, well, she didn't like secular music, so I could only listen when she wasn't home. Likewise, all of my family learned to embrace secrecy and lies, so it has been 30 years? Ooh, 30 years of opening up, and I can be the first to say that I am not perfect. And I'm still learning to trust others and let others know me. Well, I am Marcy Williams. I'm an African American. I'm a Pentecostal preacher, and I am a lesbian. A married lesbian. Ooh. Part of my outreach as a minister is to visit the gay community. Oftentimes I just listen and hold hands, offering a loving and accepting God. So many have been rejected by their families and their churches, and my heart breaks for people who feel that they are living without love, because I was there most of my life. According to the Human Rights Campaign article, Religion and Coming Out Issues for African Americans, the Black church, the oldest institution and pillar of the Black community, has historically dictated the community's stance on homosexuality. Either you don't talk about it, or you condemn it. This ideology of sexuality contradicting one's religious and spiritual beliefs leads many Black and queer individuals, like myself, rejected from the very place that brings us joy and stability. Reverend Marcy J. Williams explores this in her autobiography. As Reverend Williams explains her journey as a gay Black preacher in the South, we are posed the question: if we are told that we cannot be loved by an all-loving being, then how are we supposed to believe that we can be loved at all? Longing for Love by Reverend Marcy J. Williams and Arlene Boggle. Well, as a teenager, when going to church, I had to dress like a girl. I had to wear nylons and high heels. Complete with a bonnet. Oh, and one time Mama caught me in jeans, and she told me to take those jeans off, cut them into pieces, and told me that she better not see me in pants again. I complied. But that did not change me on the inside. No, I didn't know the term gay or lesbian. I just knew that I loved women. And loved to beat up boys. Oh no, Mama never used the terminology, but anyone with a brain as large as a grain of salt knew, so the decision was made to send me to a juvenile detention home to get straightened out. And I was sent to the Lutheran home for girls, which dumb, because I was very popular, very. Girls wanted to be with me, and I thought, why not? I'm in prison already. But beyond that, I no longer felt that I was the only one who had feelings for other girls. And it was a great relief. When I got home, things hadn't changed much, except Mama required that I go to church with her. I sat there Sunday after Sunday listening to the gospel being preached. I even became a children's choir director, and my life was dedicated to raising all the children by Christian standards. And my heart was just with the children. I would have done anything for them. But there was lots of talk about me being a lesbian. And the pastor confronted me. And I remember sitting there as he said, "Marcella, you can be healed from this sickness." And I responded, "I'm not sick, and I don't need to be healed." And my voice was firm. But I heard the condemnation in his voice. "Well, if that is your convocation, then you can no longer associate with the children. Furthermore, you will no longer be allowed to lead the choir or have anything to do with this church. No, I want you to leave and never come back." And when I told Mama what had happened, she agreed with the pastor and said that I was going to hell. So I grabbed all of my church clothes, my hats, my gloves, and anything I wore because I was not planning to go to church anymore. If they wanted to send me to hell, no, if that's what God wanted, then I was going to hell. So I found a pistol. And I loaded it. And I placed the barrel to my head. And I pulled the trigger. And I sat there in disbelief. It didn't fire, and I was alive. But I was alone, and I had no one else to turn to. So I prayed, and I prayed, and I prayed, and I cried out to
that's when I felt it. The presence of God. God spoke to my heart, and I felt as complete as the person that God created me to be. I am gay. I am gay, and I know that God loves me. I know that God loves me, and that is all there is to know. God loves me. For so long, we have been told that God doesn't love us or want us in his house. So I created my own church. And I am living for the Lord every day in my heart. And I finally feel secure and loved. My prayer for all children of every color who has ever felt unworthy or longed for love is that God's faithfulness will come through. And no matter where you are in your walk, is that you will find hope. Because you are loved.